Hello. Today I want to talk about forgiveness and reconciliation. The word reconciliation talks about rebuilding broken down relationships. It's such an important word. It's been important throughout history and continues to be important in the 21st century on a personal, national and international scale. The author of the Narnia books, C.S. Lewis, once wrote, "Everyone thinks forgiveness is a lovely idea until they have something to forgive." In my experience, this is so true. Most people would probably agree that forgiveness is a good thing, but the problems start to bite once it becomes personal. Jesus clearly thought that forgiveness was important enough to include in the Lord's Prayer, and his take on it is very interesting. For Jesus, forgiveness is multi-directional. He encourages his followers to ask God for forgiveness in the light of the fact that we are to forgive each other. The writer of the Gospel of Matthew goes one step further in his presentation of the Lord's Prayer in chapter 6, where he states that our forgiveness by God is dependent on us taking the initiative to forgive others first. Forgiveness is also addressed by Jesus later on in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 18, when Peter asks him how many times should he forgive his brother. Jesus responds by telling a parable about an unforgiving servant. And the bottom line of the story is that we cannot expect to be forgiven ourselves if we're not ready to forgive others. So the big question is, how do we forgive when we feel so emotionally attacked by those who hurt us? If we don't forgive others, this can often lead to us experiencing the very negative emotion of resentment. Nelson Mandela once said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for your enemy to die." It definitely doesn't work. I believe that forgiveness starts by first of all acknowledging the problem and then choosing to let it go by handing it on to someone else, God, who can deal with it far better than we can. Christians believe that a solution to all of the problems of the world has been made available for all through Jesus' death on the cross. If we can learn to forgive each other, then we will make the world a better place to live in, and we will then be able to rebuild the broken relationships which blight our experience of life in the here and now.